Oh, I can feel the breeze, man. Feel the breeze and I can smell a farm. That's probably the nicest way I can say that. I probably could, but I won't. Just the thing with this helmet is the size I've got now, you said you'll be able to break it in and it'll feel comfy. And, you know, it's getting there. Whereas the next size up is one of those ones where, you know, when they try it on you and you can nearly turn the helmet around on your head. It was that big, the next size up. So yeah, we'll go with this one. It's HJC carbon. Oh, wouldn't that make a nice jump for somebody on a supermotor? See, this guy's just picked it up a bit now because he knows I'm waiting for a gap and I'm just going to go. Right below the magic numbers. Cocked it down one just to make sure I can get them magic numbers. No, and he is kicking across for me, so that's quite nice. Got a sarcasm on the other side, but I reckon I can do that. There we go. Didn't annoy the cyclist, didn't annoy the motorist. And now I've got to slow right down. So this is one of the main JCB plants. Did some work at his son's and then Lord Bamford's own house many moons ago down in Oxfordshire. Ironically fitting him some generators, his own JCB generators for if the power goes out. Oh, wrong gear then. So I did one for his son. Lovely car collection, as you can imagine. And then ended up down his dad's place. Obviously tradesman's entrance, you're not allowed up the front gate, can't go around the back. And did the generator there as well. Son was dead nice, mate, his son, George Bamford, nice guy. From what I can remember him telling me, he does something with watches, so he's one of the few guys that is allowed to alter watches. So like he'll take like whatever the most expensive ones are. So I mean the only name I can think of is Rolex. Obviously there's more expensive ones than that. And he's one of the few guys that can take them apart, anodise the face, make it completely different. He's allowed to put his name Bamford on the Rolex face, and Rolex will still guarantee the watch. So, nearly, not paying attention now. So yeah, so he does that. He's got a shop on Oxford Street, London apparently. Car coming out. Yes. So now this is the problem, that lad's got a vest top on, so I'm stereotyping a vest top, fag in his mouth, and he's driving a Volkswagen Golf GTI. So that to me is, I'm half expecting to see him setting up my arse in a bit, to be honest with you. Oh God, didn't see that bump. I just pushed the tank into me nuts. It's like an Harley Davidson, man. Not Harley Davidson, what is it? Goldwing. Harley Davidson. Problem is, I think everything that's fat and big is an Harley Davidson these days. Now I was going to bob up into Matlock, but it's like 7:05 now. There we go. It's just coming up behind me now, the guy in the Golf. I knew he'd drive it like a tit. But I promised to meet the brother from another mother online, because I'm an avid, well, it used to be an avid computer game. I don't really get a chance these days. So as promised, the Golf driver with his vest up on his fag in his mouth is about a car behind me. So, and all I did is just stereotyped his look and the fact that he was driving a Golf GTI. He's got a fag in his mouth. Can't share one of the passenger seat mine, so. So obviously what I'll do when I see a nice, I can't understand why this person is putting the brakes on, not even that close. When I see a nice little gap, I'll go past here just to get me away from the Golf man. And then I've got to be honest, I'm half expecting to see the Golf man catch me up again in a bit. Got a fucking police car. Yeah, it is. Sorry, didn't mean to swear. Well, that's the end of my overtaking then. Is it a police or is it 555? I'm going past him. Ambulance! Oh. See, I know I shouldn't, because obviously Aid does loads for air ambulance and that, and this is just showing the ambulance guy what pillar cam if I go past him, so torn between a few different places. And just to be fair, the ambulance car drivers only about a car's distance away from the guy in the Landy. Safest way I could do that, not knowing anyone. I even indicated it's just a rarity. Yeah, I'll have a short one out tonight. I've been out all week on oh, Garfield, yeah, I forgot to tell you, the cat's called Garfield now. Got some stickers on, I'll try and find a picture of it for you, put that up. I've had him for 12 months or so, about 12 months I think, 11.5 months, 12 months. Didn't pass my test till probably about 10 months ago. And then thought it was about time that he got a name. So I'm quite looking forward to a bit of layoff over winter, because I'll drop the fairings off and get it all done, get the oil filter done, do the plugs. filter, that kind of thing, give it a clean. And then getting ready for no bad weather. Now normally now I'll be going right here and I go up into Ashbourne, Matlock and that lot, but I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back home, I think. Oh, that was the right gear then, it just didn't pick up then. Maybe I've got a dodgy coil or something. Nearly 50 pence that then. Rolled off the throttle then, Dave, just to bring it in a bit rather than touching the brakes. I know some of you will see that and think, well, you could have lent a lot more there, but I ain't used to that leaning yet. I know the tyres have got a lot more about them than what you give them credit for. Well, I haven't got that experience, so I try and ride within my experience, which is pretty minimal. But it just makes sure I get home. Just cogged it down in case I can go past these. I promise I can't see down the bend. Yeah, it's a bad idea to go past there. Thought it might be. So you just sit and wait. No point in annoying people. When I get in, I'll clean the bloody visor as well. I can't believe I forgot to clean my visor before I came out. That's like sacrilege stuff anyhow. Oh. That was pretty bad for me. I was just trying to figure out what gear I was in, thinking I was in like 4th or something. Bobbed it down one. That was first. That went into first, but luckily because it revs so high and we were going to do 40 mile an hour, I got away with it. Oh, I do like it up here. So the only problem now is this road all the way into Leek has got speed cameras everywhere. But there is a turning coming up on the left, which gives us just open roads and stuff. No speed cameras. So. Good old dog and partridge. Had a meal there many moons ago and I worked for a different company. It's where we had to make sure we had a meal with, as long as we were outside, was it 25 miles or something from the office? Otherwise we weren't entitled to it. And the chap who worked was really funny, he wanted his meals, he loved his food. So we stopped off there and spent our allowance. Wasn't as funny as when we were working down Rye. We were at Dungeness Power Station doing some work. And we stopped in a place called Rye, I think it's called The Ship as well. It's one of the few places we could find. I think we were allowed at the time something like £90. Oh, I'm going in. £90 a night per person, like each, you know. Might have been 70 actually, it says 70. And what happened was we went in and this guy said, well, we've only got one room left, so you'll have to share, but because you've got to share, I'll do the room for £30. Well, that meant we got a shitload of money left each. So we ended up coming away from there, a lot heavier, very drunk every night, and with bottles of champagne just to take the bill up. So if you go straight on here now, it takes you into, oh shit, it takes you into Leek. So I'm going to go off to, here. It takes me a different way out. This chap here on my right, he's got his own little airstrip, you can see there, all nicely cut. a nicely trimmed airstrip, don't we? And again, coming down here, what I'm wary of, is anyone overtaking on the other side. There's a crossroad coming up, so I'll just throttle off a bit. Let's coast in. Okay, clear. So I say, I don't think I ride. I know I don't ride aggressive anyway. I just enjoy what I do. I forgot this goes around, and it's just nice. It's nice to get out. Oh, I nearly threw that in then. Coming down the bank, 2 cars coming down the bank actually, so I'll wait. Hold. Hold. Go. Sorry, talking to myself now. Trying to make sure my brain understands what my hands and my feet are doing. Funny actually, just in that side for Oakham, I remember the guy I used to work with. Oh, sorry. Well, he used to own a shop on the front of where he used to work. He used to go and have a brew with him and hide from work, sort of thing. And he lived in Oakham, and his name was Anthony Thorley. So, quite a nice chap, well spoken, beard, glasses, and he always told me that he was out walking his dog once in this disused quarry and railway and stuff, somewhere wherever he lives. But apparently, I don't know how true it is, where the SAS do some of the training. So he's wandering around with his dog one day, gets towards the edge of this quarry, and let's put it this way, he got turned away and it scared him. Oh yeah, crossroads, slow down a bit. I've enjoyed that little blast out, to be honest, it's been quite nice. It's not over yet, like, but got a few bits of sharpness coming up. All this is, Dave, is it might look like I'm going into the corners fast, but all I'm doing is just rolling off before I hit the corners. Sometimes I'll go in like now, because this is saying it's a sharp right. I'll have to throttle now, right? I'm just going to cover gently the back brake. Probably went a bit too wide there for some people's likings, but and obviously you can see this is a sharp left, so I'm just moving out. A little bit of pressure on the back brake, turn it in, pressure, back off the brake, and then kick it back round this way. So all the way through there, just got a bit of gentle pressure on the brake. Oh, I couldn't tell if that van was coming out then. This is the bit that conflicts the way I ride, because obviously I've spoke to lots of different people who ride lots of different ways, and some of them have done a lot of advanced riding, and I have been trying to go on that bike safe course for ages and still haven't bloody done that thing. And so, I mean, you can add a comment below if you want. Am I right in thinking that advanced riding, that a vehicle in front of you is a danger, so that's why you generally see bikes going past vehicles in front? I don't know whether that's the correct terminology, but I'm sure someone will correct me. Right, trail braking again, Dave, so light pressure, bit of throttle, still covering the brake, and back round. Weird looking houses, very out of place for this area. Oh yeah, I'll stop looking at houses and start thinking about what's happening here. So what we've got here now is a steep down bank, or steepish, and then a sharp right, and then it goes through town, well, a little bit of a village, and then it goes left. So tucked over, still braking Dave on the rear brake, still got the brake on, still got the throttle on. Just pull myself around. Now this is horrible bank. This, if you're sitting on a sport bike of any sort, this is awful. So you've got twisty tight bends and a real sharp down bank. So I'm going to go over for the first one. Rear brake only, Dave. Right, I'm going to cog it down a gear. That made it squirm a little bit, but that's fine. Still braking, Dave, still rear brake. Pretty sure I'm in first now. Rear brake, and when I come up right now, might dab the front brake a bit just to load it up ready. So I'm going to go into second now because I'm just revving the tits out first. I'm over, still trail braking, just covering the brakes, and now I know this road enough now to know I can let off, and I've got all my brakes back again now, front and back. I didn't realise that pub was still open. I could have sworn it's closed, unless I'm thinking of a different road. Oh yeah, it's a nice pub that is. Anyway, and then if I wanted to, I could shoot off to Cheadle that way. I'm going to carry on up this way. This takes me to Kingsley Holt, I think. Nice place. My mum used to know a lady here. I only ever knew her as Jenny, I didn't know her last name. Sadly she passed away of cancer. Right, well, I suppose really I should start making my way past these, but I'm just enjoying looking at the scenery. It's really weird now because it's 7:20. I haven't got my tint visor down, obviously. I've just got my clear down. It's already getting a bit dark, to be honest. Well, no, not a bit dark, but you know what I mean. It's the light's dropping off. There you go, Kingsley. So, obviously the guy up the very front, I don't know whether you could see that. He's obviously forgot his trailer. He's just swung out onto the other side of the road to turn in. Now I get if you've got a tight drive, you know, it makes kind of sense. But I don't think his car that he's driving warrants him to go out on the other side of the road to swing in. Well, we're all different, I guess. There used to be a pub here, by the way, right where them new houses are. Can't remember what it's called, but it regularly got crashed into by trucks coming on that tight band. A few dark clouds. You know, nice forecast, good weather over the bank holiday. Yeah, so when I do these, I don't really know what to talk about, if I'm really honest with you. Just generally natter. The problem is what I've actually stopped myself from doing is talking about all the things that I dislike, because you just get a load of ranting. This car was there with wheel clamps on, I wonder why. Anyway, 3rd and 4th September Scarecrow Festival, eh? It's different. Right, so this road brings us out up to a road that takes into Cheadle and also to the top of Wellington. So at the end of here we're going right. Not really worried about getting past the east just yet, so plus we've got double white lines, so obviously can't do that. We'll have that one though. Taxi, one of my favourite things to drive behind or in front of, but I won't go there, I won't say why. Nice double greenhouse there for you, Liz, in the back of that house. Looks like it's full of tomatoes as well. I'm sure we looked at a house up here before we moved. I think it's this one here on the right, just as we're coming up to it. Back off, oh, it's sold, as we say. I think it was an old school building. Oh, foot down. Oh, I should just get my visor up. Now I've got cramp in my right calf, but I need it on the back brake. Oh, awesome. Doesn't look like it's going to rain actually. Oh, I better indicate for a change on it. I've come out, Dave, on the road, new road. What we do? We cancel the indicators. See the taxi driver, not sure what side of the road he wants to be on, but whatever side it is, he ain't letting me past. So what I'll do is I'll keep this near the magic number. So he's going to go right at the back of the car now. So if I want to overtake, I'm going to overtake two vehicles, not one. I can live with that. Shame I don't know how to do wheelies. It'd be nice wheelie past them. One, it'd be good on the video, as I don't do a lot of anything else. See, why would you stop the white line there and have a sharp left hand bend that you can't see around? Just do metal detecting up here with what's now my oldest daughter. Let me just stop coming. It's just anything in life. You try and do something and then you just don't bother do it anymore, I guess. So we were in the field after this church. So a couple called the Souls used to let us go in the field, but we also got permission to do the farm next door, but we never ever did it. So shame really. So this is the farm we got permission to do, which is this one. But yeah, the sun's dropping right off now. I mean, it's 7:30 now, and it's dropping away. So I'm glad I headed back. Otherwise, I'd still be on the way Matlock now. I don't mind riding in the dark, like, as long as I know I'm prepared. I'll take my viz out with me, give me half a chance, because you know what it's like. I mean, well, if you're a motorcyclist, you know what it's like. Cars don't see you when you've got your lights on, and to be fair, if you're wearing something bright, they generally don't see you, so just gotta